These clips are from the movie Ordinary People, about a family who has experienced the trauma of a son and brother dying in an accident. Everyone in the family feels their world crashing around them and are dealing with it in their own way. The surviving son has had a suicide attempt since his brother's death, and the family is struggling to know what to do next. This is a situation where the parents and the son really need to communicate. It doesn't take something this big for a family to need good communication or to find better communication skills helpful. This video is for parents who want to become more skillful in interacting with their teen. Here are some ideas on how to have a relationship with your teen where they respect you but can also talk to you. One set of skills that may be helpful are the Dear Man skills. Describe, express, assert, reinforce, stay mindful, appear confident, and negotiate. Describe the current situation. Let your child know exactly what you're reacting to. Has anything happened that you've been concerned about? And be as specific as possible. Express your feelings and opinions about the situation. Let your child know how you feel about what you're seeing. Use phrases like I want and I don't want instead of I need or you should. Assert yourself by asking for what you want or saying no if necessary. Let your child know what you want from them, whether it's information or a change in behavior. Reinforce or reward your child ahead of time by explaining consequences. Let your child know what the positive or negative consequences will be for their actions. Stay mindful. Keep your focus on your objectives. Maintain your position. Don't be distracted. Keep in mind why you started the conversation, and don't change the subject if it gets uncomfortable. Stay calm even if you get frustrated. Appear effective and competent. Use a confident tone of voice and body language. Make good eye contact. No stammering, whispering, staring at the floor, or retreating. Be willing to give to get. Offer and ask for alternative solutions to the problem. Focus on what will work and what is important. Now watch this clip and see if she effectively communicates the thoughts and feelings visible on her face just moments earlier.
It's cold out here. You should put that on, or do you want a sweater?
Do I need one?
What are you doing?
Nothing. Thinking.
About what?
Not about anything.
Your hair is starting to grow out. It's looking better.
I was thinking about the pigeon. You know, the one that used to hang around the garage? And how he used to get on top of your car and he'd take off when you pulled out of the driveway.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember how scared I used to get of that whoosh, flap, 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 every time I started the car.
Yeah, that was the closest we ever came to having a pet. You remember Buck asked you, he tried to talk you into getting a dog? Do you remember that? And he said, how about if it's just the size of a little football?
You know, that animal next door, that Pepper or Pippin, whatever his name is.
Pippin.
He's not a very friendly dog. I don't care what Mr. McGreary says.
What he really
He's
wanted
really
was the
not.
retriever that was down the street for
and
sale.
every time
That's
that
what he
dog
wanted,
comes
the
into this
retriever.
backyard and I try to get him out, he...
Arf! Arf! Arf!
Put that on if you're going to stay out here, okay?
Which of the Dear Man skills would have been useful in this particular situation? Describing the situation, telling him what she's been seeing, things that maybe have concerned her, expressing how she feels. How is she feeling about losing her son? How is she feeling about almost losing him? Asserting herself. Did she let him know what she wanted from him? Did she let him know that she wanted information to find out how he was doing or if there was anything she could do to help? or reinforcing the rewards, letting him know that if he talks to her, she might be able to help and that she really wants to. What about staying mindful, keeping her focus on her objectives? Was she able to find out what he was thinking or feeling, or letting him know what she was thinking or feeling? And what about appearing confident? Did she use a confident tone of voice? Or was she stammering and kind of whispering? A lot of the times it didn't even seem like she was talking to her son. And what about negotiating? Being willing to give to get? Did they sit and talk about some options of things that they can do to help him with his feelings or help her? Or help the family as a whole know how to manage this really difficult time? Another set of skills that might be helpful are give skills. Be gentle, act interested, validate, and use an easy manner. Be courteous and temperate in your approach. No attacking, no threats, and try and stay in the conversation even if it's painful. No judging, no saying things like you should or you shouldn't. Act interested. Listen and be interested in what your child's saying. Don't interrupt them or talk over them. Stay patient with them. Validate or acknowledge your child's feelings, wants, and opinions. Be non-judgmental out loud. Let your child know that you accept what they're saying, even if you don't agree with them. Use a little humor. Smile. Try to keep your tone of voice light and easygoing. A soft sell is going to be a lot easier than a hard sell for them to swallow.
Dad, what happened?
Your mother's going away for a while.
Where? Why?
Back to Houston. And I don't know.
Why? What? I know why. It's me, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, it is. It's my fault.
Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. It's nobody's fault. Things happen in this world. People don't always have the answers for them, you know.
How could the give skills have been helpful for this interaction between father and son? Being gentle, he started off pretty good with the gentle side, but as soon as his son started blaming himself, he became angry and aggressive. Acting interested, instead of listening to why his son was feeling like it was his fault, he immediately went on attack of that thought, telling his son, no, it's not your fault, don't you even think that. Validating, acknowledging how his son is feeling, saying, yes, I understand you feel like that, but it is not your fault. This is something your mother is dealing with. And using an easy manner. What if he had been a little more gentle, a little softer? Maybe used a softer tone of voice, smiled, let his son know that he was caring about him and worried about him. Sometimes the best way to validate your child is just give them a hug and say, I love you. Sometimes that's really all they need to know for that particular moment.
I love you too.
There's no easy way to handle these difficult situations, but being more skillful can make it a little easier to have open and honest communication with your teen. And then as a family, you can sit down and decide what is going to be the best way for you to handle these complicated types of situations. These skills were modified from the Skills Training Manual for Treating Borderline Personality Disorder by Marshall Linehan, but I think they're good for helping anyone who wants to improve their communication skills, especially in complicated relationships, like the parent-child relationship. But you can also try this with your friends, with your spouse, any relationship it can help with to have better communication skills. Thank you.